Hey guys, it's Sunday. It's Cliff and Robin. Today we thought we would talk about religion. I had a request for that. She knows who she is. um, we want to kind of go over, religion and how it affects your family, how you were brought up, how you see things right now. Is it different from when you were a child? I know when I was younger, my mom and them took us. I went to like a Presbyterian kindergarten. Then, as I got a little older, I started going to a Baptist church with a girlfriend that lived down the street. And her parents, my gosh, they took us like Wednesday night, Sunday night. I think we liked to go because we thought the boys were cute and we had some fun just goofing off. And it was kind of a place to go and get away from home and just have something different. But then, oh gosh, I think then I went into my Catholic mode. I went to Catholic classes. We did all that. Then, probably in my 20s or so, before I got married, we started going to a Christian church. We went to the Christian church for a while. I ended up getting married there, my first marriage, and we kind of brought the kids into that. My in-laws, my mother-in-law was really big on religion. She, really stressed that. What?
You're talking about you went to a Christian school. Everything you've talked about is Christian.
No, I was Baptist, then Catholic, and then Christian.
Baptist is Christian religion.
Yeah, but it's a different format.
Methodist is Christian religion. Catholic is a Christian religion. Presbyterian is a Christian religion. All those are, yes, different paths of Christianity, but they're Christian religions.
What? True. So, what would you say you are?
Well, I would say I am a pagan because I'm not religious. I am spiritual, but I respect everyone's choice of religion. You're supposed to have that in this country, freedom of religion. I don't know that we do all the way, but to a degree, I think we do. But people question me on my beliefs all the time. But I said, well, I took some religion classes in college, and I've read the Bible twice. So I wanted to understand certain things about Christianity. But I'm more of the belief system of Native American Indians and some other cultures that believe in the spirit and in nature. Whether people like that or not, or think, oh, you're goofy, that's fine. But it's that when you ask me that, I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's my belief system, and I'm good with it. I'm very good with it.
And as you can see, we're totally two different views on that. When we met, we knew that. We knew, if I wanted to go to church, Cliff would go. He would go because I wanted him to go. He didn't go because he felt like he needed to, or he felt like it was something that was missing out of his life. He has his own belief systems. I like to go to church. I like to hear the sermons. And of course, I always feel like they're talking to me every time I'm there. Something that, it feels like that I came, I had this on my mind, and then they talked about that. And I don't know if you all have ever felt that before, but it is, to me, important. It's not as important as it should be, I think, just because I just don't really go to church anymore. He laughs at me because I listen to Joel Osteen. I listen to church on TV.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at that whole thing, or the concept of evangelistic preachers that are making enormous amounts of money telling you how you should be living. I just don't agree with that. But once again, to each their own.
Yeah.
To each their own.
But you grew up with what? Your mother was?
Yeah, well, I had to go when I was little. My mother was Baptist, and Methodist, but we were pretty much had to go while we were growing up little, and but like I said, as I got older, my belief system started changing probably when I was about 16, 17 years old, and went from there. And like I said, the things I studied in college, and I took classes in ethics, I took classes in different religions, and there are hundreds, if not thousands, of religions in this world.
Well, I always like the story you talk about with your grandfather, like you ask him how someone's going to get to heaven, or tell that story real quick.
Well, I asked him about why were there so many religions, Christian religions primarily, and then he looks at me and he says, "You been to the market with me downtown?" He was a farmer, and I said, "Well, yeah, of course." And he said, "Well, there's probably several different ways I can get down there, but it's not the path I take, it's the getting there that matters."
Yeah.
That you get there, and because it was all in the same vein of your life belonging to Jesus Christ, and so I thought that was a really good way to put it, and explain to me, how he answered that question. And he was a great, in my mind, a great and wise man. So.
Well, and I think, like I was saying, that my ex-mother-in-law, she was, she took my kids to church, took them to church camp. We took them to Bible study, Bible classes, vacation Bible school, and all that stuff. And I think different religions play different parts of your life, different family members, play different parts. And I think that's kind of what we were wanting to talk about today, is just that everyone's different. Him and I are very different in that stance. And with Easter being around the corner, we've talked about, are we going to go to church? What are we going to do? I'm the total traditional person. I want ham and deviled eggs for Easter. Having an
I'm
Easter egg
total
hunt.
non-traditional person. But our story is that we respect each other. We respect each other's beliefs, and the reasons why they are there in place.
Well, we agree to disagree on things.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I mean,
we don't fight about it or nothing. I say, hey, we just agree to disagree on that. But, she wanted me to be buried in a mausoleum, where she's going to be in a mausoleum. And I said, no, I want to be cremated, because I believe in the whole thing of ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And once we're gone, I don't think the physical body, it's just, if there's some organs or something they can use from my body, which I doubt if they will be able to, the shape I'm in. But that's okay with both of us. So, she would like this, and I said, well, I'm sorry, but it's not going to be like that.
Well, my whole family is in a cemetery, and most of them are in the mausoleums or in the grave sites over there. And that was my being. And I think a lot of things you learn from your parents and your grandparents, and you carry on those traditions. Cliff has always went his own path. I mean, which is great. I mean, I think it's awesome that you can choose a path of your own and you don't have to feel committed to others. But our question to you this week is, what religion are you guys? How do you celebrate? And how did that come about? Were you baptized at an early age and then you just kept that religious going, or did you change paths too?
An interesting thing, one more thing. I had a good friend of mine. I had been baptized, and later, probably when I was 16, I'd been baptized again and was a member of a particular church. And he told me, when I told him I was gonna probably leave their church and seek some other spirituality, and he said, once you're under the blood, you're always under the blood. And I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that, and I thanked him for saying that to me.
Most definitely.
But
we're going to end it. hope you guys have a great weekend or had a great weekend. Tomorrow's Monday. And like we always say,
it's not our first try,
but
but it's our best one.
See ya.
Thanks.